So was meeting DJ Ken a big part of your evolution though? And when did that happen?
Of course, because when I met DJ Ken actually his studio was in my hood. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from 55th Indiana, and his studio was like 2 blocks up the street.
And when you met him, did he have a reputation like this guy's kind of cool? Or
yeah, cause like I say, he was fucking with Keef.
Okay, so he was so you already knew about Sosa before you met him?
In a way, because like I said, we come from the same area.
Right.
So like I heard of him, but we never really met each other before, for real.
Right.
I just knew people that was from where he was from. You know what I'm saying? So we're not actually. So it was easy for us to meet, basically.
Right.
That's how we actually met in the studio. At DJ Ken's studio, because some of my folks had a session that day, and I went in the studio with him, and Keef happened to be there. Because Keef was DJ Ken. They was real close. You know what I'm saying? So.
And how was DJ Ken's English at this time? Because wasn't he like straight?
I ain't gonna lie, it ain't never been too bad.
Oh, okay. Because I felt like he hadn't been in America for that long, right?
He had just got to America, and like I say, he was in there like 5 years.
But isn't that one of the craziest things when you think about the whole story of fucking you guys coming up and everything? Is that you met this dude who kind of created like the definitive sound of this place, who was just not even from that place. He was a huge fan. Obviously, had a lot to offer musically, but that's just so interesting.
That's why I got a lot of respect for him still to this day. Like I even try to hit him up down, even to this day, try to check on him just to say what's up at least.
I used to see him at parties and shit all the time back in the day, but I was kind of thinking while we're doing this.
He used to come out to LA a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still do. I haven't heard from him recently, but
okay.
He used to come out to LA a lot.
Right. So when you look back at that time period though, like
he was mainly the main thing that actually helped us do what we was doing.
Was he making beats that sounded like drill beats before you guys even came around?
Yeah, like Ken was doing everything. He started learning how to make videos because we needed a cameraman. He started learning how to make beats because we needed beats. He was engineering, you know what I'm saying? So he did everything we possibly can think of to help us do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel he get a lot of credit though, but he should.
Because I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like he get a lot of credit for his work he put in, but
that sound kind of took over the world in a lot of ways.
He's amazing. Like he's basically the man. Without him, it probably wouldn't even be the situation.
But do you remember like getting in the studio with him and realizing like, holy fuck, he's making these crazy, hard, intense fucking drill style beats?
It threw me off once when I came.
Really?
How is you sitting here making this type of music, man?
Right.
You're not even from here.
Right.
It'd be different if you was just staying in America. He actually not from America.
Right.
And for you to move to America and learn this type of culture that quick, it's like you really was focused. You know what I'm saying? You had to be really damn dedicated to sit here and goddamn it figure this culture out and actually make it make sense.
Do you feel like that the sound that he was fucking with kind of made y'all go in a more harsh streeter version of yourselves? Like it kind of inspired it because those beats are so just so intense sounding, so fucking stark.
Just actually working with him, because I actually, you know, like we used to actually stay with Ken too. I stayed with DJ Ken too at a point in my career.
Right.
You know, like I said, I was staying, like after my mom kicked me out, I kind of really was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I kind of was all over the place.
Right.
Like to a point where I was sleeping in trap houses, did this, like anywhere where I can just sleep comfortably or I don't go to sleep. I'm up all night.
And were you dreaming of just like making it as a rapper? Or?
No, I never, to be honest with you, this never crossed my mind as something like, I was so focused in just being in the streets. It was just, I thought was the only thing we had.
Were you getting money at that time?
Yeah.
Like good? Like you were like, fuck, I'll be happy to keep doing this.
Nah, I wouldn't say that, but I was on the way to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like this was a blessing for me to actually, by me in the mix, in that transition and actually going that way, I caught myself in the right in the middle. I was started.
Right.
And right before I could get myself to this next level of that phase, my music started buzzing. So it was one of them things to where like my music picked up swiftly when I caught a buzz.
Before you got to the brick level?
Yeah. So it's like
he just says, yeah.
Hey, you did. Nah, I know what you're talking about. You did.
You know, because it's like you're fucking around, you're nickel and diming, and then it leads you to the big money, But that's when you're risking the 20-year bid or whatever,
yeah,
you know?
So it's like before I can get to that stage or do anything like that at that level, my music took off. So it kind of like me being in the streets, it gave me, like me not, because I dropped out of school, I say going into my junior year is when I really stopped going to school.
So there's always this conversation about, you know, who could have came up at that time. Like who blew up first? Did it have to be that way? Could it have been you? Could it have been Reese that exploded and became like the big name in the forefront of shit? Or was it always going to be so? Like what's your memory of the order of events that kind of led to the blow up? And like, I don't know, okay, like what's your perspective on it?
I'll give you this. Keef did have, because like I say, him and Ken had a relationship established before any of us came around. You know what I'm saying? And me and Keef just became best friends at the time. We just became so close. So me and Ken became close. So like me and him and Ken used to just always be together. But it was a thing where we was all doing it together. You know what I'm saying? We all was working on the same pace at the same time. And like I said, by him having Ken that you know what I'm saying, that leeway with Ken, he was working on a project with Ken. And he and Ken actually, they had put the project out, and right after we did our first video that we did together, he had dropped his project. Right after we did our first video together, he came out and put a project out, and then he dropped another video. So it was like, that was like probably the second video that we ever came out with in our whole careers. And but at that time, like I say, after our first video, we had already started catching a buzz. You know what I'm saying? We got people at our school started seeing that we was dropping music and shit like that. So then he came out with his mixtape, and he caught a big, huge buzz. You know what I'm saying? He dropped his mixtape, and then he dropped this video, and another video he did, and it just, cause he dropped his project. So you know, we just, you know what I'm saying? I'm helping him. I'm supporting him basically on what he's doing with his project. Basically, I'm just gonna support him now. I ain't forcing myself to put out more music now because we did the first videos, did what we did to see if we could put out this shit. We did that. Now you want to drop a project with Ken? Now, me being your dog, I'll hold out real quick, let y'all do what y'all doing. I ain't gonna try to force myself to do something at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I was on the bridge of just, all right, I'm gonna hold back a second.
Okay, guys, we want to thank you so much for getting us to 100,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. If you want to support, please click that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 200K. Thank you so much.